Focus. Power overwhelming.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Artosis versus Semih in an incredibly epic game from Montreal LAN. It was a StarCraft Brood War gathering where they did a tournament with foreigners, no Koreans allowed as far as I can tell. So it's going to be Vermeer, and it's going to be top left. It's going to be the red Protoss player Semih, and in the bottom right it's going to be Artosis, our blue Terran player. You know him. Check him out. He's got a YouTube channel. He has a Twitch stream. I'll put the links in the description. But you probably already know that. But hey, in case you don't, go ahead and check him out. Let him know that Falcon sent you. And let's go ahead and get right on into this PvT for you today. Woo! Man, I got this requested a couple of times when I was streaming earlier this week on this channel. I do a Sunday stream, so go ahead and check it out on Sunday next if you are free. It's just a good time. I cast subscriber replays, and we play live games, and everything culminates in a free-for-all. And if you want to see what we did last week, it is a time-stamped VOD, so you can find easily what you are looking for. And let's go ahead and get on into this Artosis versus Semih epic cast. So, Vermeer, 4-player map, barracks coming up, gateway timing, maybe? It's gonna be a Nexus first. Here from Semih on a 4-player map. Oh no. Artosis hates this. He hates it with the fire of 1,000 suns. Let's see, was it ASL 17 where Tasteless and Artosis were discussing this build in particular, in this particular matchup, in particular on a 4-player map, that it is very, very, very hard for the Terran player to come back from this position, especially if they have not scouted it. So, let's see if Steve the SCV here can scout it and maybe punish it, or if Semih will get away with it and Artosis has a very hard uphill battle ahead of him. Maybe an impossible uphill battle. Alright, so Barracks factory opening versus a Nexus first opening. This is a very, very respectful opening here from Artosis, and this is a very, very non-respectful opening. You might say it's cheeky here from Semih. Oh, and a 2-gate. 2-gate into Cybernetics Core. So, just an... Oh, no. No, Artosis. Oh, man. So he scouted top right and then cross-spawn from there. Ugh, this hurts. This hurts so much. There is RNG in StarCraft, and this is one of the prime examples. Oh, I cannot believe this. So, based on this opening, I'm fairly sure that Artosis is going to lose this game, because this is a 2-basing Protoss, and Artosis just barely started his second base. Just barely started it. He's making a vulture, but his ability to really... Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He's like, oh, you already have a second base. You already have saturated it. Okay. Well, I guess we'll send the vulture over and hope there's not a Dragoon ready to chase me away. And actually gonna... Wow, kind of hard pylon wall his own front here is Semih. Doesn't want this vulture getting in until this Dragoon shows up. Robert the Zealot is willing to take some hits. And there we go. Now two Dragoons show up. And now the vulture is going to get absolutely nothing done. And we pull this guy back and send the Dragoon out. And this is just... Yeah, this is just textbook. Getting away with the Nexus first play in a PvT and making the Terran player be very upset. So, Robotics Facility coming in next. This is going to be for OBS against Spider Mines, because, by the way, Spider Mines are being researched, but also probably for Reavers. Everybody wants to be Snow at this stage of StarCraft Brood War, and I cannot blame them for it. Oh, these guys aren't even sticking around. Yeah, Artosis is too busy microing up here. Okay, to take down a Dragoon with the Marines and these Vultures, but also these guys could have just stuck around and gotten a very, very, very fast, quick return trip with those minerals instead of coming all the way back to the main. So I don't know. Dragoon killed, but at the same time, some lost mining time there. The math. How does the math check out? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. But anyway, so... I mean, the good news is that Artosis has a second base now, and Semih doesn't have a third base yet, which this Vulture is checking and spider mining to make sure that doesn't happen. This guy going to spider mine too. Beautiful. Loving that a lot. Observatory is coming in. Siege tank production has begun, and getting a third CC. You know what? I'm not sure if Semih's doing this right. What's Semih up to here? Semih is getting an observatory. We already said that. This has gotta be... If he's not trying to go for a third base at all, this has to be a robotic support bay. I mean, he needs to be going for a robotic support bay here. I mean, that's a pylon. That's not a support bay. A Stargate. What? Oh, down here. It was behind my mini-map and also away from scans that Artosis might try to throw down. Is he... Is he going fast Arbiter? No, because he'd be going Citadel. This is not scout shenanigans. You're not trying to scout shenanigan Artosis, are you? We already had a game with scouts on the channel last week, and it was very, very weird, and I don't know if I appreciated it. No, this can't be two base. Is this two base carrier opening? We have not seen a Protoss player try to open carriers, like open carriers, on two bases against a Terran in a long time on the channel. It is not the current meta by any stretch, but this is a foreigner tournament, man. Neither of these guys are Korean. This isn't ASL. These players are doing whatever the heck they want. And if Semih knows that Artosis hates carriers with a fire of 1,000 suns, in fairness, I already said that once in this cast, but that's because Artosis hates a lot of things with a fire of 1,000 suns. There's a lot of fire in his heart. He is very passionate about StarCraft and a very passionate winner too. So, it's just carriers at 7 minutes, man. That's all this is. This is just carriers at 7 minutes. He's gonna go ahead and try to clear out some of these spider mines. Everything just stopped here. This is weird. These guys, they stopped like, there it is. Ooh, good, great control there from Semih. Very nicely done. Ops pokes in, sees bunker, sees two siege tanks, and is like, I've only got 4 Dragoons here. That doesn't seem particularly great for me. Okay, so clear out spider mine. That guy, yes, with his body, he cleared out the spider mine. Third base coming in for the Protoss, but the third base by Artosis is rolling. So, I mean, one way to overcome a Nexus first is you just get a fast third base yourself. Get siege mode out, get some bunkers, hold it, get spider mines, obviously, turrets, all sorts of great stuff. And then maybe hope the Protoss' third base is late, and maybe they're not going to get a fourth base in time, but when does Artosis figure out what this is? He's got a ComSat station. Let's see what happens when he scans. Will he be able to see its carriers in time? Or are these surprise carriers? There's the scan. There's the scan. What's he see? Gateway, Forge, Gateway. Ah, second scan catches the Fleet Beacon, double Stargate special. And let's see if he starts immediately firing up Charon Boost out of this machine shop. And no, actually at this point, no. He's not going to fire up Charon Boost. He's not actually firing additional Goliaths here. In fairness, it's a hybrid, right? It's not mass carrier, because that's a bad strategy, and it hasn't been a strategy since like 2010. So instead what we're getting here is Zealots and Dragoons working together with the carriers to be an army that is hard for the Terran to deal with. The Zealots and Dragoons can keep the Goliaths off the carriers. The carriers with good micro can fling interceptors into the tanks and wipe those out. It can be very, very difficult to deal with, very difficult to balance exactly what you need against a hybrid carrier force here. So let's see what we get here out of Semih here. He's been pretty casual. Getting a Citadel of a Dune. Zealot legs is an important part of this strategy for sure. Dragoon range, but we already got that one. There's Charon Boost getting fired up. So not exactly an immediate response here from Artosis, but I don't think it needed to be. Again, Semih's pretty chill. Semih needs to get some interceptors produced. That doesn't take, you know, 2 seconds. It takes several seconds to make enough interceptors here, especially when you have the extra ones. Not that you never have the extra ones. There's just no reason to make a carrier and never get the extra ones. It's like making lings and not getting speed for them. Although that's actually more common. It's more common to get lings and not get speed for them. Ooh, this probe's gonna kill a spider mine. Ah, probe! Probe gets a kill. Hey, probes don't get kills very much. That's awesome. Good. Good on him, Maser. Dude, Artosis has a bunch of idle SCVs up here. He's playing at 250 APM, but he's trying to do a lot of things at once, right? He's got vultures out on the map. He still doesn't have vulture speed. Nope, no vulture speed yet. Very strange on that one. He's macroing up. He's making tanks. These guys going back to work is not exactly a super duper high priority for him. And here comes just a regular old big old Dragoon army. There's another scan in here. Doesn't see the carriers and says, oh, are they on their way out to kill me? Probably. Can the spider mine see this? No. Spider mine really doesn't see that? Okay, barely does not see that. +2 air weapons is on the way from Semih. 4th base coming down the left side here. Artosis got up to his 3 bases. Not super active with his vultures here. Spider mining everything, yes. I don't know why there needs to be an SCV up here too, but I guess extra block is an extra block. I guess you can fight the SCV that or the probe that comes over here with just an OBS and tries to kill the spider mine. You can kill it with an SCV, but I feel like the SCV has more value just being back home. All right, so the carriers park themselves up on this high ground, and incredibly annoying stuff has begun for all Terran players everywhere. They're like, what is this garbage? Why? Why do carriers exist? Honestly, I might try to snipe that barracks. Just, yeah, there you go. Just straight up kill the barracks, providing free high ground vision here for Artosis. He doesn't have to scan to see that these are up here. Now he does. Boop. Fog of War has taken over. So now he has to scan. Plus, he has to make a new barracks if he wants to make any more factories, which he probably will want to do at some point in this game. So good carrier micro here from Semih. I don't think he's taken any body shots to these carriers. Oh no, one of them's taken a couple shots. So not, you know, not perfect, but hey, perfection is not a StarCraft term that we ever talk about, right? Right. So, ooh, good stutter stepping in. Good getting some free hits there. Very nice. Interceptor count is not that hefty. Really only 4 carriers here. And then, haha. Then we jump in. The tanks are unsieged. We go for it. Zealots making a move. Trying to jump on top of this. And is there enough? No, way too many siege tanks. Too many vultures. Too many Goliaths. We got a carrier micro our way here. Again, picking off tanks I think needs to be a priority. Oh, I like sending a single DT into the mix. And just... Oh! Spider Mine triggers on the DT and kills 4 siege tanks. That was huge. That was massive for Semih. Incredible luck there from him. I don't think he knew there was a spider mine in there. I didn't know there was a spider mine in there. Artosis is like, wait, I had more tanks back here. What happened? I don't know, man. I'm just worrying about these carriers right now. I would be surprised if he knew that happened. But if he did, he'd probably be very upset about it. I would be upset about that. My gosh, everybody should be upset about that. Anyway, Storm's coming in here too. 2 carriers being produced at a time. The hybrid carrier strategy is working quite nicely. None of these carriers have died yet, but this one is fairly bruised up. And taking direct body shots. 2 dead? No, 8 HP. 8 HP, that carrier lives. Why is this game just full of rage-inducing moments for Terran? That's all this has been so far today. I don't think Protoss has had a single rage-inducing moment whatsoever. At all. So, yeah, I would fall back if I was Semih. I don't think I like what I'm seeing. That's a lot of mech. Yeah, Dragoons are dying here. Another DT joins the party. He's like, man, that last DT was successful beyond my wildest dreams. I never thought at all. Oh, that carrier dies. Not the greatest micro there. I never thought at all that DT would get 4 tank kills. Or 4 kills, period, man. I really didn't. Goliath chasing. Good engagement here. Good. That Storm finishes, and Semih makes good use of it immediately. Woo! That was great stuff. Still, Goliath count fairly hefty. Yeah, this is just a scrap right now. This is just a scrappy game. Nobody seems to have the major upper hand. Oh, but 3 High Templar are free. Yo, Semih, not the greatest control there at all, despite his 300 APM. Both players spiking around 300 right now. And yeah, we're just kind of engaging middle of the map here. Artosis expanding up that right side to a new base. By that I mean he already has a command center there. Very nicely done. So 4 bases for the Protoss, 4 bases for the Terran, with a 5th base coming up top right side from Artosis. Loving this expanding from him. Really, really like this expanding from him quite a bit. These carriers do have +2, right? Oh, somehow I clicked a lurker right there. +2 with +3 on the way. Ooh, carriers get caught out. He does snipe off a Goliath. A Goliath again. Oh, he doesn't go for the high ground. Ah! No! No. You can't stop moving. Another carrier goes down. Dude, this chasing is bananas. Another carrier dies. Yeah. And this 9 hit point carrier does not want to engage with anything. Okay. You know what? Based on the opening here, I thought Artosis was in a ton of trouble. He's doing fine. He's doing fine. He's got 1/1 upgrades on his mech. He's expanding a couple times. This base might actually straight up die because there's nothing defending it. Alright. Well, sometimes your army is a little bit out of position here. Oh, no, hang on. There's a little group. There is a group down here. They're buying time for the bigger group to show up. Good SCV evac coming on in. Not that many workers are going to die. A couple tanks die for it. Dragoons, they want to go in here and kill this because they'll probably die. He decides not to. He decides not to sacrifice these 6 Dragoons to kill that command center. And flees instead, which, it's a choice. That's a choice you can make. Alright, everything is good. Zealots coming on down to the 3rd base. Jump on top of a bunker with their +1 attack. Murder it. Okay, bunker provides no more value ever again. How did that Vulture get stuck in there? I'm guessing a supply depot was built over his face. 3rd base under attack. Carrier group not intense. 6 carriers are here. Like, this is not... This is a very, very low carrier count for somebody who's going hybrid carriers. He barely has enough carriers, I think, to 1 volley down a Goliath. But you know what? When you think about it, maybe that's just as many as you need. If you have enough carriers to 1 volley down a Goliath, maybe it's better than having, 11 or 12 carriers that can 1 volley down a Goliath. But then there's a lot of overkill on it. You know what I mean? Are we trying to sneak back in here? Semih's trying to sneak back in here, guys. Kills a couple tanks. Oh, this is a walking storm attack. Look at this guy. Okay, but actually, no, a storm is... Okay, never mind. I think they didn't... I don't think any storm was available for those guys. So, whatever. SCV's retreated. Probably didn't need to, but better safe than sorry, I always say. More Zealots wandering on in. Get inside that mineral line. Jump on those Goliaths. Ah! Okay, I don't know what that was from Semih. Just kind of walked his carriers directly on top of the Goliaths, and another one of them goes down. Dude, the carrier control here by Semih is not the greatest I've ever seen. But, it's okay. It's doing all right. Man, he needs another base real bad. Ah, see, look, it came to pass. This probe came up and was like, I'd like to expand here, but he can't because there's an SCV who's like, I'll fight you. I will fight you, and it requires other units to come in and save the day and take a spider mine hit. Nice. All right, that was pretty good. Dude, another carrier is dead. Another carrier is dead. All right, good. So Artosis is feeling better about things now. He's like, all right, these carriers are dying a little bit easier than maybe I expected them to. They're dying more easily than I expected them to. I, Falcon Paladin, did not expect the carriers to be dying at this rate in, the first 10 minutes of their existence. He might. I mean, I would not be shocked if I looked at that production tab and he wasn't making any more carriers. But he is. He's continuing to make more carriers here, which seems like a choice. Top right base is nice. More scanning. Just wants to see what's chasing him exactly. Top right base is not mining at all, but it could. It represents a lot. And that's the thing about carriers would wipe this out immediately, but Semih doesn't know it exists, or he would definitely be flying up that way. Just got to throw that at you. Or maybe the carriers can casually snipe down this command center. I don't know. Maybe that's something we can do. Good engagement down here to the south here, too, with Semih. Whoa, big storms! Oh, a lot of SCVs died there. 52 workers remain to 63 probes walking through the storm to try to engage with this third base is Artosis. He does save the base. He loses a bunch of SCVs. Carriers diving back into his third base. One turret's like, please, sir. Please, no. It dies, but it buys the time it needed. Semih's got his own fifth base rolling at the top side. About a 12 o'clocker here on Vermeer. Random cannon down here to the south, I guess maybe to prevent... I don't know. That's a weird thing to do. I haven't seen Protoss players do that all that much. Okay, so we've just kind of calmed a bit. More DTs joining this party. What are you up to, guys? What is your plan today? What are you planning on doing here exactly? Yeah, I just think this is adequately defended. Carrier group has never really gotten that big. Semih's at 182 supply, which is effectively maxed out. But he's making Archons, he's making High Templar, Dragoons. Like, you know, maybe the time of the carrier is not here. Oh, DT, there's the scan. I was like, DT's getting some free kills. No, but scans shutting it down here. Oh, that's a bit of a whiff on that storm. Not the best one I've ever seen, but oh, you scanned for one DT, but what about second DT? Oh, no, Artosis. Okay, scan comes in. DT smelled it was coming and backed out. Oh, Semih found the top right base. It's dead. All the SCVs here who were mining might be able to escape. I don't know. Carriers are surprisingly bad at killing SCVs because of the overkill concept. I think they probably could have run there, and by not running, maybe they signed their own death warrant, to be honest with you. So, alright. Death to the SCVs. Worker count is now sub 50 for Artosis, 48 specifically. And we're adding a decent number of Archons to the mix here. So, Archons take full damage from tanks. They take full damage from literally everything because they are shields, and shields take full damage from everything. But they don't trigger spider mines. So, I don't know. This is a lot of Archons for a PvT. We usually don't see that many. Also, if EMP has been researched, Archons are pretty much useless. However, we have not seen EMP researched yet, I don't think. Nor have I seen any science vessels flying around. Another carrier gets sniped. That's what I'm talking about. Interceptor does not make it back to the safety of the carrier. Tragedy. Tragedy for sure. Semih expanding down the left side here. And we're just kind of sharking around. Losing that base sucks, but this base still rolling from Artosis is a big deal. Just moving out. We've got 2-2 upgrades on the mech. It's +2/0/0 now for the Protoss. Is the Protoss... Okay. We gonna pass in the night, boys? Maybe. Carriers are back at your fourth base. Big surprise. Quelle surprise. And is there enough? I think Artosis has enough to stop this. I really do. He's bringing his entire army back. The Dragoons should not want to engage with this. Both Archons pop. 2 Archons pop at the same time there. Very, very horrific position to be in. Yeah, I don't know why we're making so many Archons. Against Zerg, yes, by all means, make Archons. Against Protoss, make Archons. Against Terran, I mean, sure, he got some hits off. It was nice. Carriers, dive bomb on in. The Goliaths are out of position to save that base. That could be a huge problem for Artosis. Is he focusing? No, he's not focusing the command centers. Going after the SCVs, but also hitting the CC now, so never mind. Never mind. You can do whatever you want, man. Expanding bottom left. Expanded here, expanded here. I mean, Protoss is growing a lot better than the Terran is right now. Artosis is... Yeah, idle SCVs here. Hasn't saturated this gas. Spending his cash as well as he can, but also having a bit of a cash deficiency because of all of those idle SCVs. There you go. A couple tanks show up. Try to take down an entire Nexus. Not a bad thing to try. Right? Not terrible at all. Another carrier down. I don't know, man. The number of carriers that keep dying in this game, I almost feel like Semih would do better just to stop making them, but it's a 2-gate carrier until the rest of time, as far as I can tell. He's just going to keep making 2 carriers at a time, losing 1 or 2 every 5 minutes. Never really getting a big carrier group up. He doesn't have the supply available to do it anyway. And then the rest of it is just going to be ground. So I feel pretty good about this. Oh, another carrier dies. Just economically from Semih, things are looking better for him. Not that he has a bank or anything, because he certainly doesn't have a bank. But we're just, I mean, tale as old as time here. These carriers continually show up at that 4th base. 3rd base under attack by ground forces. This is a lift on the command center. Artosis deems it a necessary emergency, and he definitely should. So, ow, ow. Is there enough to save it? No. Command center has to lift and run. The army defending it has to back it out here, too. Not good at all. Great storms. Good storms. Artosis is getting pushed at his natural. Never a good feeling at all. Army has to come back to deal with this. There's 1 tank on the high ground. 3rd base. I don't know if it's going to be safe to land for any point at all here. 150 to 130 supply. Carrier group is 1. Are you serious? You lost all carriers but 1 during that last battle. Incredible stuff, dude. Well, +2 attack with no further upgrades coming in here from Semih. And carrier wanders back into Goliath and dies. So the current carrier count is 2. It is 2 carriers. Like I said, maybe he should be done with carrier production. The production tab shows no carriers, but also he doesn't have enough gas to do that. So that would explain a lot. Maybe saturating this gas would be good. Maybe taking this gas would be nice too if he wants some of that gas. Yeah. Come on. All right, all right, all right. Artosis. Set up. Big, scary 3-2 mech army with a +3 vehicle armor. Upgrade coming in here next. So this is upgrade advantage here from Artosis. He's pushing in. This base is just getting evac. Semih knows he can't defend it. He probably can't defend this bottom left base either. So Artosis just with a casual move out. And Semih just kind of messing up with his carriers a lot. Ow, nice spider mine connection. And Semih might just end up losing his economic advantage entirely. That said, Semih takes the opportunity to make a move across this way and completely shut down the 4th base. 3rd base is rolling again, but the 4th base, Archons against SCVs is actually pretty great. Down to 37 SCVs here is Artosis. My gosh. Okay, bad times for him, but also bases dying all over the place for Semih. Are we in a base race scenario? We've definitely traded some bases at this stage, which is crazy. Zealots, Dragoons, jumping on into the natural base, trying to bring the hammer down onto Artosis. Are there enough Protoss units here to do that? Target firing, hitting a supply depot is not exactly great, but all right, whatever. Artosis is coming back home. This Nexus dead. This Nexus dead. Are these guys not in range to actually attack that Nexus? I don't know, man. Doesn't seem great. I love the 1 carrier that is alive right now, just wandering into the main base. Who needs to recall into the main base of your Terran enemy? Just walk in there. Sometimes you can pull that off. Man, another group of Zealots just wandering into this mineral line while all this chaos is happening. These guys, just move them over here. It'll be incredible. Come on, Semih. Come on, Semih. You have units that are being produced and just kind of sitting here accomplishing nothing. Send them to a base. Send these guys down here, dude. Hey, guess what? Another carrier dead. If these SCVs died, that would be your GG. That would be your GG. Why are you going this way? Don't go this way. Go this way. Okay, Artosis clears out the infestation of Protoss in his main base, but like this one, this is it. This is all that stands between Artosis and oblivion. Yeah. These 2 tanks did finally wipe that out. So 2 bases died from Semih. Protoss has 1 base. Terran has 1 base. He's evacing, though, because what? Because he knows these guys are down here. He's maybe just transferring over to this base, easier for him to hold? He can cover maybe... I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I guess you can cover your natural and this base more easily by holding this position. Whereas there are kind of multiple attack paths into this base that you have to cover. I don't know. Top right base coming in from Semih. This 12 o'clock base looking good here, too. Got some probes to transfer, maybe. Semih does not have a lot of cash. Again, I think he's spent a lot of money on carriers that haven't necessarily paid for themselves all that much. Free obs is free. I love this one tank just wandering down this way. Surround the tank and kill it. Probes arrest. Citizens arrest. Okay, well, Storm killing it and killing some of your probes is also fine, I guess. Where was that High Templar? No, but like... Oh, here he is. Hey, guy. Probes transferring, getting sniped. Top right base not as proberific as Semih was hoping. So far, man, we're in kind of a tough position here. Oh, this was mining out, too. All right, Artosis is keeping a better eye on that than I was, which makes a lot of sense. Top right base might get canceled by these vultures. They got +3 attack. There's a good number of them. But no, instead, going to go ahead and fight the incoming Zealot attack that is trying to massacre him so much right now. And they are going to get cleaned out. Am I crazy? Or has the music just been looping the same Protoss track the entire cast? Like, usually we get more than one track here, but it just keeps giving us this atmospheric Protoss track. And I don't know... We'll see. We'll see if we get something a little bit more upbeat here or not. But I feel like for the last 30 minutes, it's just been this. See, and this is where it starts to ramp up. Man, I love this DTC stuff from Semih a lot. Wipe out the tank. Good reaction time, though, from Artosis on that scan. He's like, you just did that. I'm obviously going to be able to take care of it. And then the music calms back down at this point. And then ends. And then we should get a new track here. Let's see what it is. It restarts. I've never seen this before. Free High Templar are free. I swear, this is just looping the same track over and over. Is this a weird bug? Give me something exciting to cast to. I'm gonna turn off the music for a minute. Maybe it'll... Good storm drop, though. Yeah, 11 SCVs remaining here from Artosis. 11. No, it's back to the same track. Tell me if I'm crazy or not. I've never had this much discussion about the music in a StarCraft cast, but like, I think it's just looping the same track over and over again. It's supposed to like start out like this, right? Oh, it's minute 1 of the game. It's calm and it's atmospheric. But then it's supposed to move into like more exciting stuff as the battles start to happen at the 5 and 10 minute mark. Nice snipe on a High Templar. Beautiful snipe. So here's the thing. It's 44 workers for Semih, but he only has this one base he's mining from. Expanding here would be insanely good for him. Ooh, Artosis has taken a second base because this one is mined out. So he's kind of one base mining here too. But again, 15 to 44 workers is not ideal. Woo! Overkill on that obs, without a doubt. The overkillest of overkilling here. Okay, here we come again. Ramping up. Sort of. Yeah, Artosis killing these two bases was big for him. If Semih still had these, Artosis would be losing right now, big time. He's down 130 to 79 supply, which is terrible. Semih needs to expand here. But I think he's worried he just simply doesn't have enough army to deal with this. And I don't know that I can blame him for it. Ooh, sending some Dragoons down on a harassing mission is pretty good. Targeting that Spider Mine was very sick. Okay, I thought we killed all of you you Dragoons. No, no. Not at all. Yeah, Semih, he's just making High Templar, Zealots, Dragoons, Obs. He does not feel like he has enough cash to take this base, but he really has to. He has to. Army sneaking down this left side to go after Artosis' last source of income. And kind of high ground defending here. He's got enough energy for 2 storms. He doesn't have a Kadaran Amulet to give him 3 storms on the 1 High Templar. Oh gosh, SCVs, the remaining workers, there aren't that many, and now there are fewer. There were 15, and now we're back down to around 11, which is 12 to be specific here. Another one dies. Command center has to flee. Again, massive advantage here for Terran is that their command centers can run away when they are under attack instead of dying. And Artosis making the move. Here we go. He's like, all right, my 1 source of income died, so I must kill Semih's 1 source of income. Let's go. And you know what? Maybe Semih was right not to expand here. He probably would have just lost it anyway, so I'm not going to complain too much. We're just in a base race type scenario. Every second these guys are mining is a major, major advantage for Semih right now. He needs all of the minerals he could possibly get before this all dies, because it's all going to die. Unless Semih... No, there's not enough here from Semih to save this. Are you kidding me? Definitely not. Yeah, you'll kill a couple tank. All right, you're coming from both sides. I appreciate that. I do, but this is an ill-fated attempt to wipe this out, and you know it, man. You're a better player than I am, Semih. You should understand. It was desperation, is all it was. Did we restart the track again? We did restart the... Something is broken here. I've never had this happen before. I don't get bugs in StarCraft. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, so Semih cannot save this. He has not enough money to build a new Nexus. Long distance mining is as good as he can do right now. It's 86 to 61 total supply. It's a bigger army value here from Semih. He did get that +3 attack. Good High Templar snipes. Artosis' High Templar snipes today with the Vultures have been 10 out of 10. Absolutely perfect by him. Semih's trying to long distance mine down this way, defend them with a DT. But beautiful scan, man. No, absolutely not DTs. Oh. Okay, 2 of the DTs get wiped out thanks to the power of the scan, but not the 3rd one. Long distance mining here. And, oh, see, Artosis can just lift a command center and put it over here. Dude, that's huge. He lifts it from his 4th base, lands it here. He's got to defend this with high ground. I like it. I like this position a lot, and Semih can't do that. He can't take his Nexus from over here or over here and land it on this position. That's impossible. Absolute Terran advantage right now. Thanks to that quirk of Terran. Semih's like, well, how well defended is all of your production? And the answer is 4 tanks on the high ground. So ample defense there. 363. I think this next trip will return enough minerals for Semih to get a new Nexus up. Oh, DT wanders in. Doesn't kill anything, but is burning some scans here. Scan available there. No scans available there. So there's 1 scan currently available from Artosis. This could be dicey from him. I mean, energy replenishes, obviously. Man, landing a command center and getting access to all those scans could be pretty good for him. Come in clutch later. There's the return, 395, 400. Okay, so he's got the 400. You there. Go. Expand. Now. 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 There it is. Excellent. Excellent on the expand here. Semih is... He's trying it. All right. He's trying it. just kind of wandering in, using high ground attacks on tanks. You're going to miss those about 56% of the time over the course of a game, but okay, tanks down. Vultures all that remain to defend this entire base. Factories getting attacked here. There are spider mines all over the main base. Artosis is sending some units back. He's like, this is my production. I need this to live. Losing this command center would be a big deal. We saw how important command centers floating around have been. For Artosis today, he decides not to push it. Semih decides not to push the effort. Oh, and then he tries, okay, once again, high ground positioning here. Tanks run past. Zealots on the run past. Take down the siege tanks. Good. Storm tanks down. Semih wins that engagement, and suddenly, what? Suddenly, is that a win for Semih? The high ground advantage here from Artosis is gone. Okay, losing some Dragoons here. High Templar getting some nice storms out, getting picked off too. Is that it? Is that the last tank of Artosis? Does he have no more tanks available? Artosis sending his vultures over to wipe out every single probe that Semih has at the only base that exists for him, but also all of the SCVs are under attack. Here for Artosis, the SCVs have to fight for themselves. The probes have to run for their lives. It's 3 probes remaining and 9 SCVs. How did this turn into a situation where there are way more SCVs than probes? Absolutely crazy. This Archon's going to be huge in killing these SCVs. Storm, also good. Vulture, can't do much about this. No. Gonna block it. Command center running for its life here. This command center is actively burning down, and I'm not sure you want to spend the money to... You don't want to spend the money to repair it. Is there any long-distance mining available anywhere for Semih right now? No, there simply isn't. Here, I guess? This is a danger zone. This command center burning down would be really, really good. For Semih, anyway. Okay, it's in the burning down zone. Artosis is repairing this one with the remaining SCVs that he has here. It's not a lot. It's not great. High Templar snipe. High Templar snipe. High Templar. Oh, no, not a High Templar snipe. He's alive. He's alive with all of 3 hit points, but he lives. 2 Archons who do not trigger spider mines. Incredible stuff here. Absolutely incredible stuff. 2 Archons and a dream for Semih right now. Get down here. Take... No, go, Semih! Semih, get him! Don't sit on your butt, you lazy Archons. Okay. Okay, so this still burning down. This one extra burning down and probably gonna die. He's trying to, like, distract to keep the command center alive. This is crazy. 7 SCVs remain here for Artosis. There's just no money for Semih here at all. I think this is a win. I think Semih has won this game in an absolutely insane fashion. I cannot believe... Oh. I think what it came down to was the attack on the main base of Artosis. Artosis took the units from this high ground, there's a long distance mine, and brought them back off the high ground to defend, and then lost their advantage. They were kind of spread out, which is terrible, and then Semih won the engagement, but he doesn't have a lot left here. He really doesn't. The nice thing about Archons is that they do not outrange vultures if you're looking from Artosis' perspective here. Got Dragoon down. Archon. Oh my gosh, that Archon has 6 hit points remaining. 6. Vultures surprisingly effective against the Archon. Archon down. Some mining here happening. What is up? No! The Archons, the Vultures take down the Archons with great Vulture micro. Semih, no, Semih, he's out. Oh! Oh, that game. What an absolutely insanely epic game that was. Oh, man, that was incredible. Wow. And like I talked about it before, yeah, Archons take full damage from everything. So like you wouldn't think Vultures would be great against these big hulking Archons, but they are. They're really good against the Archons. They are ping, ping, plink, plink, plinking them. And the range on a Vulture is not great. Archon range is like 2. So, I mean, they're not good either. But with good Vulture micro, you can deal with it. And they barely took down the last Archon. Absolutely crazy. Artosis wins with 3 SCVs. And is it a single command center? Oh yeah, this one's going to burn down. And a single command center. None of his SCVs are actively mining, by the way. That's what's funny about this. They're over here. They're out of harm's way for the time being. They had to run because the Archons were showing up. But incredible PvT. I don't know what was going on with the sound in that game, with the music. I'm very confused about that. Maybe I can look into it and see if it's a bug. But anyway, Artosis gets the win with 9 total supply. 9 supply for our dude. How do you win a game when you have 9 supply? Well, you work hard, you get a little bit lucky in some ways, and you kick butt in other ways. That's exactly what Artosis did. Man. That was epic. That was epic and a half. What a fantastic showing there from Artosis. I thought several times he was dead. I called it a win for Semih a couple times. I was wrong. I was a wrong and a half there. So absolutely, truly wonderful game. Thank you for recommending it. I think it was Excel Inferno, one of my subscribers out on YouTube who shows up to the Sunday streams, good supporter of the channel. He said, you need to cast this, and he had the replay. So he sent it to me over the Discord, and yeah, appreciate that, man. What a match. What a match. And yeah, were there mistakes made? Definitely. It's StarCraft. There are mistakes made in every game. But a lot of it was idle probes, idle SCVs not getting stuff done. Maybe some upgrades were missing for a while there. The carrier control wasn't particularly good. But at the same time, Artosis, you know, did enough in the end here with his micro to take down those remaining Archons, and bam. See, that's the reason we don't make Archons in this matchup. 316 to 297,000 points. Semih actually had the higher point total in this game, which is crazy. Units produced very close, killed very close, lost very close. Buildings raised 24 to 33, and resources spent here. Semih outspent the Terran player, as you want to do, by about 22-ish, 23,000 resources or so in 44 minutes, though. It's not quite enough. Yeah, he didn't expand, I feel like, in time. And he just didn't keep his bases alive. Wasn't able to re-expand the bases that he had lost either. So definitely a little bit of a weird PvT. Somebody had to come out on top there. And it was Artosis today. So GG. And that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. And an epic PvT here featuring Artosis. Go ahead. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.